Blog Talk Radio.
Stevie B's media production is a part of the Shellcaster Network.
Stevie B Media Production presents Acappella Gospel Music Blast with your host, Stevie B. Playing your favorite acapella music from the world's greatest acapella artists. Sit back, relax, and listen to the sweet sound of voices. We're flying at 30,000 feet, and you're riding with Stevie B. Stevie B is on the radio. You can call into the live show, 713-955-0508, or email us, butlersteve1009@yahoo.com. Contact us. Let us know who's riding with Stevie B on the blast tonight. This is the Acappella Gospel Music Blast, and you're listening to Stevie B.
This radio show is the 2022 recipient for the NACAMA, the National Academy of Christian Acapella Music Artists Award for Outstanding Achievement in Record or Radio. This radio show is being broadcast from Stevie B Media Production at the Carolina Studio in the great state of North Carolina. This is Stevie B, and I'm the Blaster Master of Acapella Gospel Music. And according to the late Vaughn, the General Connor from Dayton, Ohio, she says Stevie B is the hardest working Christian DJ in the world today. May the good Lord have mercy on her soul. That was my dear sister right there. I also have a quote from Issei, Jesse Murrah from Straight Company from Louisville, Kentucky. He was on the show as a producer with the acapella group Divine Experience with one of the lead vocalists. Brandon P.K. Smith from Tampa, Florida was on the show. And Issei said, I really appreciate this quote. He said, my radio voice, my energy, my creativity is refreshing, and nobody does it better because nobody's going to outwork me. I have a quote from Brian Malone from Commit Acapella Chorus from Rogersville, Alabama. He says, Stevie B is the hardest working man on the radio. I have a quote from the late Irvin C. Jackson. Really do miss Irvin C. from Wesley Chapel, Florida. He says, Stevie B is the greatest and the hardest working man. He said, I consider you to be the lighthouse of acapella gospel music. Certainly appreciate that quote from the late Irvin C. Jackson. Have a quote from Mr. Ooey himself, Dorian Paul from Houston, Texas. He says, Stevie B, we need you. We need you, Doc. Don't you go nowhere because we need you. Have a quote from my dear brother Jeremy Roberts from Virginia. He says, Stevie B is the hardest working man on the radio, period. That's what he said, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you what they said. I have a quote from my brother Anthony Blunt. He's the radio host of the Gospel Train that airs on Sunday morning on Facebook Live at 7:30. And also he airs on 94.7 FM WWBC 1510 AM in Rockledge, Florida. He said the same thing during our interview on his radio show. So it must be some truth to it. I have a quote from Kenneth Ray from Made New Acapella Ensemble out of Louisville, Kentucky. He says, Stevie B is the hardest working brother in acapella music on the ones and twos. I have a quote from Cali J.T. from Los Angeles, California. He's with the acapella group Exdous 2.0. He says, Stevie B puts the A in acapella music. Stevie B is awesome. Stevie B is amazing. Now I have a quote from Al Pratt. He's the founder of the NACAMA Awards, and I want to try to put this quote in Al Pratt's voice. He said, Stevie B, the acapella DJ, often imitated but never duplicated. Not only is he the hardest working, but I tell you, he's the smartest working DJ in acapella music. Stevie B. That's what Al Pratt sounds like a little bit. And I also have a quote from my dear brother Ali Ezel from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He says, Stevie B is the mouth of acapella gospel music. I like that. Here's the last quote I have from Hammond Burke. He's the creator for the Shellcaster Network. He's from Plano, Texas. He says, Stevie B is the ambassador of the world of acapella music. I think that's cool.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Okay, let me get this big iron bird on up off the ground. I rubbed my two little coins together and bought me an airplane. But you can't be the blaster master unless you're dropping bombs on your radio show. I said boom, boom.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking back Friday nights for the Lord. Oh, yes, we are. For the next 2 hours, I'm going to play some of your favorite acapella gospel songs from such artists as Straight Company, Durant Paul, Mid Acapella Chorus, and many, many more. I want to hear from our listeners tonight. You can give me a call to the live show at 713-955-0508, or you can go to the Blog Talk Radio website and listen to the show live there. I checked it before I came on the air, and I saw my show on pages 5 of that website, but once I came on the air, they probably moved it up to pages 1 through 4. We'll see. I have to check it again in just a few minutes to see where they have placed it. But there's over 1,800 shows that are live on that Blog Talk Radio site. And when I looked at it, I was on page 5, and my picture was the biggest picture on the page, so you can't miss me on that website. Also, if you would like to send me emails, just let me know who's riding with me on the blast tonight, because I'll also be checking my social media as well. You can send your emails to butlersteve1009@yahoo.com. And just let me know who's riding with me on the blast tonight. You can find my Facebook page there on under the name T. Clinton. I had to change my name for I got some reasons, but I'm not going to tell you what they are now. But I had to change my name to T. Clinton, so that's how you find me on Facebook. All right, let's see what else I want to tell you here. Yeah.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
At the bottom of the hour, I'll be featuring my song of the week. I want to feature a song, tell you a little bit about the artist, and this song will get 2 plays on the show tonight. We also want to dedicate this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Linda Deli from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We just want to keep her memory alive on this radio broadcast. We also have a feature during the broadcast, my Funny Bones. You know I love those comedians because laughter is good for the soul. I'll be featuring 2 comedians on the show tonight. And also during the broadcast, I'll be featuring my shout-outs. So these are some people I've been in contact with, whether it be here on social media or people I've been meeting in my local area here, right outside of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, who are listening to this radio show, and they just love acapella gospel music. And I've actually been meeting people who never even heard acapella gospel music. So it's just a thrill for me just to be able to introduce them to this great music that we get to enjoy here on the blast on a Friday night. So I just want to show them some love and let them know how much I appreciate their love and support for these radio shows. I also have a new feature on the broadcast, my monthly triple spin. And for the month of February, I've been featuring Durant from Nashville, Tennessee. Been playing 3 of their singles for every show, with the exception of my top 20 countdown show that I do next Friday, Lord willing. But I've been featuring Durant for every show for the month of February. I also have a new feature called My Old 100s, and I'll be dedicating this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Yvonne General Connor from Dayton, Ohio. She said, Stevie B, you got to play something for the old folk. So I considered what she said, because of course she was right. So I came up with the feature, My Old 100. I just truly do miss her. She was with me from the beginning, so I just want to keep her memory alive on this radio show. So you got Stevie B, the Blaster Master, loose in the booth on the 1s and 2s. So let's get into the music, the sweet sounds of voices.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I go through my playlist tonight, I'll be announcing the artists, the producers, writers, etc., the various guests that have been appearing on these radio shows for the past few years. And I will tell you what episodes you can find their interviews on when they was on the show, and you can go to wherever you're getting your favorite podcast from, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube, just to name a few. Just search for Stevie B Media Production, and also I have recorded version shows that I did as well, and those shows can only be found on iHeartRadio, on Deezer, and also on Amazon Music. Just search for Stevie B recorded version shows. Now, the upcoming events on tonight's show, my special guest is Cali J.T. John Edmerson. He's from the Acappella group Exdous 2.0 from Los Angeles, California. We'll be debuting a new single, and this song will be my song of the week, so this song will get 2 plays on the show tonight. On February the 17th, that'll be next Friday night, Lord willing, I will be doing my Top 20 Countdown show. And then on February the 24th, my special guest is Thomas Fitzgerald from Forney, Texas. He has an album, Let the Lord Use You. And also on that show, my special guest will be George G. That's my man from West Palm Beach, Florida. You know, George comes on the show every 4th Friday of the month. And also on March the 3rd, my special guest is the North Mississippi Acappella Chorus, Alvin Moore. And on March the 10th, my special guest is One Accord, Omar McCall. And let's see, on March the 24th, my special guest is Brothers in Christ, BIC from North Central Florida, Michael Dockery. This group was the recipient for the 2022 NACAMA Traditional Artist of the Year. And also my special guest will be George G. from West Palm Beach, Florida. And let's see what else I got here. On April the 2nd, Hammondberg from Plano, Texas. He was on the broadcast last week, I believe it was. And he'll be launching his new website on April the 2nd with the Shellcaster Network. Will launch on April the 2nd. And that website is worldofacapella.com. Now, on March the 25th, there are, as far as I know, there are 3 concerts that will be held on March the 25th in various states. One will be in Texas, Belford, Texas. No, is it Belford, Texas? No, in Houston, Texas, at the Belford Church of Christ. There'll be the concert reunion for the Soul Influence on March 21st at 6 p.m. And then there'll be a concert in the King's Church in Brownville, Brooklyn, New York, at the 318 Rockaway Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And there will also be a concert. We just found this out on last Friday night. There will also be a concert on March 25th at the Texas and Clement Church of Christ there. There'll be a song fest. So all those concerts will start at 6 p.m. in the various locations. All right. So who's on the playlist tonight?
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
I have some new singles from Exdous 2.0 to Ray Mack from Jacksonville, Florida. Exdous 2.0 is Los Angeles, California. The Gospel Blend from Chi-Town, Chicago, and Shady Chorus out of Houston, Texas. Straight Company out of Louisville, Kentucky. Dwayne Pugh and Brad MacArthur, both out of Dallas, Texas. And I also have a new single from Marcus Garrett from the Acappella group Sanctified Harmony. He had a solo album back in 1998. And we do have that new single. We talked about that on last Friday night's show. So I do have that new single to play tonight from Marcus Garrett. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the ride on the blast tonight. Stevie B is on the air.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
You're in the mix with Stevie B, the Blaster Master of Acappella Gospel Music.
Kicking off the show tonight, I have a double play, a new single from Straight Company from Louisville, Kentucky. Their single, I'll Go. You're going to love this song from their 2020 album, AMG. Amazing, Magnificent, God Lead. We debuted that album here on this broadcast. Episode 181. This CD has this is a 2 CD box set. It has 21 tracks. It took them 10 years to produce this album. So I tell you, this is probably one of the best albums I think Straight Company has ever done. I mean, the music is excellent. You're going to love what you're hearing from this 2020 AMG Amazing, Magnificent God Lead by Straight Company. And Straight Company was the 2022 recipient for the NACAMA Contemporary Artist of the Year. And this song is number 6 on my Top 20 Countdown show for the month of January. That'll be followed by Journey Acappella out of Detroit, Michigan. Their single, I'll Fly With Me, their 2016 album, Journey Acappella. And I did an exclusive interview with Tony Washington from this group, and we just had a great time. This episode number 50. If you didn't get a chance to hear that interview I did with Tony Washington, enjoy this double play, Straight Company and Journey Acappella. You guys, Stevie B on the ones and twos. Enjoy the show.
I finally reached the point where my God's love is on overload. And I'm not about to get myself caught up because people can't get along. I'm not about to toss and turn at night because the president's doing wrong. I'll go to every nation. I'm gonna go. I'll go, no hesitation. Lord, I'll go. And teach them transgressors all your ways. Sinners shall be converted unto thee. I'll go to every nation. I'll go, Lord, I'm gonna go. And we're gonna teach those transgressors all your ways. Lord, you know and every sinner shall be converted unto thee.
Yeah, I'm not about to give it up. My reward's kinda looking like it's overdue. And I'm not about to be distracted from the evil that I'm catching on the evening news. So I packed my bags and caught my flight, and I'm cruising at an altitude. Cause I fly high above this mess. See, I got a few things to do. I'm gonna go. I'll go. I gotta go. I'll go. Yes, I do. Teach them transgressors all of your ways. Sinners shall be converted unto sinners shall be converted unto thee. I'll go. I will teach them transgressors all of your ways. Transgressors all of your ways shall be converted unto all the sinners unto thee. I would never take a trip into the world. I'm taking Jesus with me. It's like I'm floating on the ocean without a paddle. I'm taking Jesus with me. I won't go if they don't know. I'm representing. With the shield of faith, I defy the foe because I know the one who's with me. I'll go. Yes, I'll go. I'll go. I'm gonna teach them transgressors all of your ways. Sinners shall be converted unto thee. Can't explain why it took me so long for the life of me. Even though I knew that I was wrong, I lost so much time, but I made up my mind. Tell me what to do anywhere for you. Come on, go. I'm what you want me to do, I know what I gotta do. I don't mind. Do whatever you want me to do. I will go. If you need somebody, tell them I'm on my way. I heard Jesus say, I just want to be. Tell them what I said. I stand ready, call on me. I know what I've got to do. I know what I've got to do. Gotta go. Don't matter where you send me now. I'll go. Call on me, Jesus. I'll go without hesitation. Just come on with me. Let me hear that. Anywhere you sit them, reach them, sing them. I'll go on to New York City. Here I am, send me. I'll go. Tennessee. you need. Are y'all ready? I'll go. We got it. We got it. Oh, the world. 'Cause they need to know. They need to know. I'll go. I know the one we coming in. I'll go. Bermuda? Puerto Rico. Gonna be alright. We've been to New Mexico. Sure have.
I'll fly away. Oh, glory, I'll fly away.
It's good to know that as people of God, we have something to look forward to. One of these old days, this life is going to be over. And we're going to take up wings and fly away. Tony, tell them that.
Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away.
Where you going?
To a home on God's blessed shore. I'll fly away.
You know it's sing along.
I'll fly
Come on.
Now just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away. Now to that land where joys will never end. Oh, I'll fly away singing out. Oh, glory. I'll fly away when I die.
Buried in baptism, you're going to rise by faith. Do you believe that?
Well, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly.
Trina, come on now.
All night, all day, the angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all day.
Give us some old school flavor, come on.
Oh, I want to see him, just to look upon his face, and sing forever.
I can't wait. Now, Journey, can we break it down one time?
For the Christian Jubilee.
I just want my name written, y'all.
Write my name
Where?
on the road. Since the Lord has lifted me, I want to be ready when Jesus comes. I'll fly away.
Now I just know one of these days
I shall wear a crown.
I'm gonna wear me a crown.
I shall wear a crown. With the trumpet sound.
When Christ comes back for his own, I wanna be that number.
I shall wear a crown.
Anybody else gonna wear one?
I shall wear a crown.
Come on, put your hands together.
I shall wear
All those that's trying to get to heaven, come on in here.
I shall wear
I'm gonna wear a crown. And one of these days I'm. Yes, sir. Break it down.
I want to give a shout out to Canara Mosley. She works with she's with the Southern Lux Keeps Club. And she lives in Hope Mills, North Carolina. Canara Mosley, Stevie B wants to give you a shout out.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
In 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Dorian Paul, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Ooh, wee.
This your girl, Tony Washington from Journey Acappella, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B. Hey. Yeah.
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
We'll be dedicating this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Linda Deli from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She was a member of my staff here at Stevie B's Media Production from the year 2016 to June of 2021. She wrote all the questions for the artists that were interviewed on this radio show, and we just want to keep her memory alive on this radio broadcast.
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the broadcast, my special guest is Cali J.T. Judd Edmerson from the acapella group Exdous 2.0 from Los Angeles, California. We'll be debuting a new single, and this song is my song of the week, and it's from their new album, The Lord Is in This Place, which will be released sometime next month in March. And this new single will be my song of the week, so we'll get 2 plays on the show tonight. Cali J.T., welcome to the blast. Can you hear me?
Hey, my good brother, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, man. What's going on? You enjoying the blast tonight?
Man, I'm enjoying the blast. I'm cruising with you in first class.
I know that's right. Hey, I just want to apologize. We don't have any snacks to serve on the flight tonight.
It's all good, man. I appreciate the work you do. I appreciate you promoting gospel acapella music. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Now tell us about this new single that you have.
Sure. I can think of nothing. Gary Baker and I collaborated on the song, definitely more Gary than myself. But he did a great job working on the song. When we put it together, we looked for a couple of different things. We were looking for a particular style of singing with the lead vocals, the background. We wanted it to be able to stand on its own. So if you just like, listening to background type music, man, we felt like you could do it. We also were able to employ the talent of a couple of dear friends of mine, Paul Williams, Dorian Paul Williams, has some background vocals in it. And then, of course, one of my mentors, all the way back from 1983, Ron Walker, is singing in the background as well. So along with, of course, Exdous 2.0, and then Faith Mays, who is just brilliant behind the mic. So we feel real good about it.
I tell you, Cali, you guys are putting out hits like the old Motown of Detroit. You all are cranking them out, man. Now that song that you put out about 2 weeks ago, "Suffer My Loss." Now,
yes, sir.
I love that song.
Thank you so much.
"Suffer My Loss." Now, so when will the album be released?
Right. So the schedule is we have one more single that we're going to put out right now. That's going to drop on March 10th. That'll be the title track. And I want to tell you a little bit about that before we leave. On the 10th of March. And then on the 31st of March, the full album will drop. And we're really, really excited about that.
Okay. Now, you coming back on the 1st of March with that title track?
On the 10th of March,
The 10th of March?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm debuting them on Friday so we can be with you, Stevie B.
I know that's right. Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man, and sharing your music with us.
Sure, man. We enjoyed doing it. I really hadn't put anything out musically since 2007. So it's been about 15 to 16 years, and my goal will be to finish this cycle. Then we're going to go back and digitally remaster all the things I released in '07. Then I'm going to go back and release all the things I did in '94. So over the next couple months, I'll have quite a few songs available that your listeners prayerfully will be enjoying as we're edifying one another and lifting up the name of Jesus.
Amen. Hey, I had a friend of mine tell me about you guys. Exdous, it's when you call the group Exdous, not Exdous 2.0, but he was telling me about you years ago, and I had never heard any of the music from Exdous. So I'm just excited to be listening to new music in 2023, man. It's just some good stuff you guys are putting out.
That's great, man. I appreciate it. This is a historic song. One of the technologies that's in use today. So when you go see Avatar, Creed that's coming out, any of your major artists, Pentatonics, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, they're all using a technology called Dolby Atmos, ATMOS.
Okay.
And what it is when you, a lot of times gamers have Dolby Atmos, and it just, what it means is in the mastering phase, the technician's able to master the song in such a way where rather than just stereo, which would primarily be to the left and the right, you're actually able to immerse yourself in the whole song. So if you have the right headphones and you put those on, you'll actually hear us singing all around you like you're in a concert hall. It's really, really neat, but you can only pick it up with a certain amount of headphones. This is the first time I've ever used this technology, and it's actually about to be debuted on your show tonight. So we're excited about providing the opportunity for your listeners to hear this song as it employs this new technology for our fellowship. Now,
will it work with the Bose headphones?
You'd have to look on there. It's a special kind of technology. It would have to be wired to pick up Dolby Atmos. Like when you go see 3D films and you have that immersive sound around you and pictures and things coming at you from every different way. It's that it's that same kind of technology. Jay Lacey, who's my guy out of Houston, is the one. He's an Apple certified tech. He's the one who did it for me. We're just excited, man. We're trying to raise the bar. So prayerfully, your listeners will go on to Apple Music, Spotify. They'll buy the track, download the track, stream the track, and really support us as we're trying to put out some stuff that we think can go on the radio and be in rotation with, Kirk Franklin and Maverick City and everybody else right now who's hot.
Now, just last week, I submitted my packet to Sirius XM Radio.
Ooh, it's really nice.
So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some feedback.
Good. That's good to hear, Stevie B.
I already got some people ready to come on board with me to run that too.
Great. Good for you, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. So we'll see. Pray for me.
I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Cali J.T. on the blast tonight. He has a new single from this new album that'll be released next month. The Lord is in this place. His new single is entitled Think of Nothing. This song features Malcolm Hines, by the way. Hey, brother, thank you for riding with us on the blast tonight and sharing your new music.
All right. God bless. We appreciate you. Congratulations on your Camo Award. And
yes,
I look forward to interacting with your listeners on our Facebook page, Exdous 2.0. Come join me. My next goal is 1,000. We're almost there.
All right. Cali J.T., ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you, brother.
All right. Take care. God bless.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my song of the week. Cali J.T., their new single, Think of Nothing, from their 2023 album, The Lord is in This Place. Enjoy my song of the week.
Stevie B's Song of the Week. Stevie B's Song of the Week.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Spinning on the ones and twos, it's Stevie B, the Blasta Massa of Acappella Gospel Music.
Coming up next, I got a double play coming your way. Shedding Occurrence out of Houston, Texas, has a new single entitled Sounds of Love in their 2020 EP, Sounds of Love, featuring Frank Melton III, formerly of the Melody Airs. And we debuted this EP on this broadcast, episode 192. And Frank Melton III, formerly of the Melody Airs. I said that already. And that'll be followed by Joyful Noise from the state of California. You're going to love this single. Have a little talk. Enjoy this double play, Shady Acre Chorus and Joyful Noise. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
What does love look like? What does love sound like? What do you see? What do you hear? Does it look like wind? Like wind from up above, blowing strong. Like to be falling, like to be moving. The sound of love. The sound of love.
How much more can God love? He shows us every day. The very air that you breathe, we depend on Him each daily. He's protecting us through the storms and
little light from heaven filled my soul. It bathed my heart in love and wrote my name above. Now just a little talk with Jesus make me whole. And let his tale, oh, he's gonna heal. Oh, he'll answer. And now when you feel and your heart, oh, you're gonna find a little heart. He'll make it alright. Sometimes my path seems drear without a ray of tear, and then a cloud of doubt may hide the light of day. The mist of sin may rise and hide the starry skies, but just a little talk with Jesus clears the way. Hear our faintest cry. Hey, he'll answer. Hey, now when you feel oh, and your heart, oh, you're gonna find a little heart. Makes it right, makes it right. I may have doubts and fears, my eyes be filled with tears, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care. Now just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Tell him all about our trouble. Oh, he'll answer. And now when you feel and your heart, oh, you're gonna find a little talk. Find your little talk. He'll make it alright. With my Jesus. Have a little talk with my Jesus. Have a little talk with my Jesus. Have a little with my Jesus. Have a little talk with my You better talk, talk, better talk, have a little
I want to give a shout out to Kendra Jenkins. She works at the Walmart here in Hope Mills, North Carolina. She lives in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Kendra Jenkins, Stevie B, wants to give you a shout out.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
This is your dude, West Coast Black, a.k.a. Uncle Black from the West Coast Boys, representing California. Sitting in the lab, the sweatbox, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
This is Cool Debris, and you are listening to Stevie B, the master blaster of acapella gospel music.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acapella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Hey.
Spinning on the ones and twos, it's Stevie B, the Blaster Massa of acapella gospel music.
Coming up next, I got a double play coming your way. My man Marcus Garrett from the Odessa, Texas. He was on the show on last Friday night. He sings with the acapella group Sanctified Harmony. But Marcus said he has a solo album out, and he sent me the single that we was talking about on the show last Friday night. And it's entitled Deep Down in My Heart. I think you're going to love this song from his 1998 album, Show You the Way. And that'll be followed by the Gospel Blend out of Chi-Town. I just love this group. Single Can't Do Me No Harm. You're gonna love this song. One of the vocalists, Stephen Thompson, from this group, was on the show with their manager George G from West Palm Beach, Florida, a few weeks ago, and I just love this single by the Gospel Blend. Enjoy the double play by Marcus Garrett and the Gospel Blend. You guys, Stevie B on the ones and twos.
Deep, deep, deep down in my heart, yes, it's deep, deep, deep down in my heart, way, way deep, deep, deep down in my heart, I got the love of Jesus, deep down in my heart, way, way deep, way, way down, deep down in my heart, I got the love, deep down in my heart, I got the love, deep down, way down in my heart, I got the love of Jesus, deep down in my heart, yes, in my heart, in my heart, how sweet in my heart, the sound in my heart, that in my heart, like me, in my heart, in my heart. I was lost, but now I'm found. I've got the love way down in my heart. Oh, deep down, deep down. Oh, deep down in my heart. You know that I've got the love deep down, way down in my heart.
me in the world. Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you. Oh, for the world came. Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Oh, thank you, Lord God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Master Lord, for the world came. Oh, Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Oh, Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. I'm glad Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Oh, thank you, Lord God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Lord God. I thank you, Jesus. Right now, I thank you, Jesus. My God, I want to say thank you for your grace. I want to say thank you right now. I want to say thank you for your mercy wrapped around me, my family. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you, Master. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord God. I want to say thank you. Yeah, Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Yeah, Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Oh, Jesus got his arms wrapped around me in the world. Come on, y'all, let's go to work. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you, Master Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Want to say thank you? Oh, Jesus. Right now, while the blood is running in my veins. I want to say thank you for your grace, for your protection around me. You've been good. You've been good. Oh, you've been good. Jesus, you've been good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Right now, Lord, I want to take the time to say thank you. Anybody out there know God? He's been good. You bless me, Lord. Time after time, filthy rag like me. Want to say thank you. You've been good. Oh, thank you. Y'all, we better cut this off. Oh, yes, Lord. Good God Almighty. Hey,
We have a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Michelle Marco in Fort Lauderdale.
Michelle Marco, how you doing tonight?
Oh, my family and I, we are phenomenal. How are you?
Amen. You know I'm flying 30,000 feet. I'm jamming on the blast tonight.
Amen. Amen. I love that song.
Yeah, we having church up in here tonight.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Hey, the Carolina studio was on fire tonight.
Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody.
Hey, where my friend? Hey, where my friend at?
Oh, my mom is here, and then my cousin Chevelle. She's married to my cousin Darren, and we're on together listening to you.
Okay, Badenia. Hey, Badenia.
Chevelle, you know. Chevelle.
Yes, I'm just listening.
Oh,
hey, Chevelle. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing fine.
Well, nice to have you riding with us on the blast tonight. You know, we always enjoy visitors.
Thank you.
We'll have you fill out a visitor's card at the end of the show.
And here's my mom.
Hey, Badenia. Hey, I'm sorry, hey, Chevelle, we don't mean to cut up, but that's just how we do it on Friday night.
Good.
We have fun.
He loved my name.
He just loved my name.
Badenia. Praise the Lord for Badenia.
Oh, we're gonna pray for you, Stevie.
Hey, I certainly appreciate you guys riding with us on the blast tonight. You know we always have a good time on Friday night.
Amen.
Yeah, we appreciate you too.
Yes, ma'am.
We appreciate you as well.
Yes, ma'am. You know we got to wake up these church folk on Friday night.
Yes. Amen.
They sleeping on me. Hey, they sleeping on me, Marco. They sleeping on me.
I hear you now.
Hey guys, thank you for your love and support. You know I love you guys.
We love you too, Stevie B.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thank you.
All right, God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hi, my name is Vonda Waller from the Columbus, Georgia area. You're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
What's up, everybody? This is Bruce.
This is Demario.
This is Cranston. This is Tori.
And this is Jordan.
We are Rain. And you're listening to
Stevie B. Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Hey.
Coming up next, I have a single play from LaChant from San Francisco, California. You're going to love this single In Reverse from the 2018 EP LaChant Acappella. And this song is produced by Cornell Clark from San Pasadena, California. You're going to love this song by LaChant. Enjoy the single play. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
Contemplating all these things I've been believing, all the promises that were made to me, they now seem like they make believe. I don't believe. Now I'm feeling lost in the wilderness, out in the woods, feeling misunderstood. What happened to those days when you held me close? I'm going in reverse. I'm losing my patience, flowing out of my mind. I'm going in reverse. Yeah, feels like I'm running out of time. See, I was told that everything would be okay if I stay faithful, say my prayers, and then commit my heart to trusting you. I thought if I ordered my steps in your way, I'd be protected. You never put more on me than I can bear. Now nothing's making sense to me. I'm confronted by reality. Did you lie to me, or is there something I'm not understanding? I'm going in reverse. Oh Lord. Show me how to trust you. I need a new perspective. I need direction. I need your protection.
Hi, this is Jeremy Roberts.
This your girl, Tony Washington, from Journey Acappella.
This is Janice Emerson, Nashville, Tennessee.
And you're listening to Stevie B.
And you're listening to Stevie B.
Keep locked in to Stevie B.
Good day, family. It's your boy George G, a.k.a. George G International GGIG to the double E. You're listening to the phenomenal sounds of Acappella Gospel Music Blast, where the bass note bumps and the E note jumps and the sopranos and the altos and the tenors make you sway. Oh, yeah, it's a head knocker, baby, and a rockin' cheer rocker. Acappella Gospel Music Blast, your host, Stevie B, spinning the voices that soothe the soul, flying at 30,000 feet, not missing a beat. Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
I'm just hanging with Stevie B. I'm just hanging with Stevie B. I'm just hanging with Stevie B. At 30,000 feet. I'm just hanging with Stevie B. I'm just hanging with Stevie B. It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Stevie B's on the radio. We're gonna pray tonight, and if you get too bad, call your friends to outwork the music. Come on and tune on in. Stevie B, I'm just singing with Stevie B.
This your boy Lil Lou from Athens, Alabama, and Diesel Records. Giving a shout out to my man Stevie B with the Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Every Friday night we get down just like this. Diesel Records, baby.
And if you get too bad, call your friends to outwork the music. Come on and tune on in.
Every Friday night
Stevie B's on the radio
with the Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Diesel Records, baby.
Stevie B's Funny Bones.
Everywhere you go, they're asking. I don't know if it is here, but in Denver, like even go to the fast food restaurants, they're asking for money. You walk in there, they're like, "We're here to go." They're like, "To go?" They're like, "Small or medium?" Medium. They're like, "Sir, would you like to donate $1 to help at-risk children?" Okay, slow down. All right, I'm not ready to make a decision on saving kids' lives right now. I'm trying to decide between a McChicken and a McDouble. Okay. Sir, do you even care about children? Like, okay. I'm going to be real honest with you. We're about to order off the dollar menu. Do we look like a group interested in philanthropy right now? No. I'm sure. At-risk children. I mean, McDonald's. What about at-risk adults? Even Chipotle. Chipotle does this thing, instead of asking for a whole dollar, they just round up to the next dollar to support whatever issue they got going on in there. So, my last time I was in there, my burrito, dead serious, was $7.98. And I couldn't do it with a straight face. Lady said, "Sir, sir, would you like to donate 2 cents to help the children?" Nah, not this time. I'm on a budget. Sorry, I can't do it. Come on, Dave Ramsey, baby step 1. You know what I mean? It's never happened before in the show. I'm just saying, make any sense. They always ask you for money in places that don't even make sense. Last time I was in McDonald's, dead serious, they were like, sir, would you like to donate $1 to stop childhood obesity? We're at McDonald's. What are we going to do? Just raise enough money to close this place down? Going to put skinny doors in this place so fat kids can't get in? Every Happy Meal come with a pair of running shoes? I don't know. You don't care about children. Like, yo, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm at McDonald's. Like, I barely care about myself. Down in Denver, lose their mind.
Stevie B's Funny Bones.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I hope you're enjoying the flight tonight on the blast. I'm playing some of the world's greatest a cappella gospel music artists, the sweet sounds of voices. We're flying 30,000 feet, and I'm dropping bombs everywhere.
Stevie B, Gospel Blast. Stevie B, Gospel Blast. Stevie B, Gospel Blast.
Dropping the beat. Stevie B, the blaster master of a cappella gospel music.
Coming up next, I got a double play coming your way. My man Durant back from Jacksonville, Florida. He has a new single entitled "What You Say." And Durant was the recipient for the 2016 NACAMA New Artist of the Year. That'll be followed by my man Steve Adams out of Houston, Texas. His single "Real Life" from his 2008 album, "The Way of the World." I also did a marathon show for Steve. It's episode number 10. You're going to love that marathon show. Enjoy this double play by Durant Mack and Steve Adams. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
Oh, what you say? What you say? You say. Let me tell you a story about how life can bring you to dark places, make you feel like you can't lose, leaving you with the weight of some very bad cases. A case of depression, a case of confusion, feeling like you're less than a human. So many things that will hold on to you. The shackles are tightening, you can't break loose, and your friends are just not around. Your own family might put you down, backstabbed in your own safe haven. It doesn't feel like a life worth saving. People calling you this, people calling you that, this and that. Your life's all trash, so close to slipping away, but right on time you show up and I hear you say you love me. When I can't feel a thing, you say I'm stronger. When I feel like I'm weak, and when I feel like I am less than what you want me to be, I believe what you say to me. I have a stand here looking around. I look at you and me and them and we. We all have situations, but don't think for one second yours is bigger than anyone else. I find it kind of crazy when things go bad. We act like God doesn't exist, but I found out I have to keep telling myself that my God is bigger than this. I've been weak and I've been broken. I've had my share of the worst. When I felt like I was down on my luck, I found my way and I bounced back up. So I'm gonna speak it over myself. I'm starting my new life today.
I feel like I am less than what you want me to be. I believe what you say to me.
My car broke down last week. Kids crying, Daddy, what we gonna eat? My bills are due, the boss is in a rage. To top it off, I just may not get paid. The wife said she want a little more romance, but she don't understand it's all about the finances. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And are you really gonna see me through? Y'all, I'm talking about real life. For somebody, tell me what you're gonna do when it hits you in your face. I know living this life can be so hard sometimes, and finding the strength to go on is not easy. But you gotta keep moving on. Oh yeah. Just 12 years old. Just 12 years old. And the pressure's already on. Our little boys and girls today have to make decisions like they're grown. Somebody's rearing a child all by themselves, and from the one who helped you make it, you can't get no kind of help. I know it's not right, but I'm talking about somebody's real life. Oh, somebody tell me what you gonna do. Tell me what the single parents do when those babies are staring you in your face, and you know you're the only one they can count on. But still, you need to get your life on. What do you do? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are consequences to every choice we make, yeah. Oh, yeah. And whether we win or lose, that's the price we pay, oh, yeah. So always acknowledge the Lord in all your ways, and you will find, you will have better days. Another loved one is gone on home. It makes me feel like my time ain't long. And that's why I'm careful every day about the things I do and the things I say. Because when this life is over, well done is all I want to hear the Lord say. I don't know what you're going to do, but I want to encourage you to hold on to God's unchanging hand. Yeah. It's the best thing you can do when real life hits you in your face. Yeah. You gotta stand strong. You see, the toughest battles are given to the strongest soldiers. But you have to handle them like the Lord told you. And hold on. Remember, the victory's already won. And your breakthrough is just around the corner. So whenever the storms are raging in your life, it doesn't matter if it's the children, the job, the boss, the spouse. You gotta let the Lord work it out. And believe me now, He can sure work it out. Yeah.
Hey, this is Melissa Lancaster with the singing group Durant.
Hey, what up, guys? This is Melody Daly.
This is Monty Cuba.
This is Orlando Tisdale, a.k.a. Mookie.
This is Bruce. This is DeMario. This is Cranston. This is Tori. And this is Jordan. We are Rain. And you're listening to.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to.
And you are listening.
You are listening to Stevie B.
Stevie B.
Stevie B.
And you're listening to
Stevie B.
I'm Lavinas Carter, and I sing with Truly Blessed out of Atlanta, Georgia. You are listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Hey.
It's your favorite DJ, Stevie B, the Blastamasta of Acappella Gospel Music.
Welcome. This is Garrick Edison of the Acappella group One Hope in Christ, straight out of Louisville, Kentucky. And you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast radio show. And he's dropping bombs. Boom, boom.
Hi, this is Yvonne Gooch, owner of Blazing Crackers, and I am a proud sponsor of Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Blazing Crackers, stay on fire. You need a treat, you're hungry, you need something. So you need a treat, you're hungry, shouting up hungry, need something. Blazing Crackers, B-L-A-Z-I-N Crackers, yeah. B-L-A-Z-I-N Crackers, yeah. B-L-A-Z-I-N Crackers, yeah. Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B.
Hey. Yeah.
Is your congregation in need of lending for a building or expansion project? As your partner and advocate, Diversified Financial Network will take the time to understand your unique situation and develop a financing solution that meets your specific needs. It's an exciting time for your congregation, and what you need is a company with expertise in church financing early in the process. Call us today at 1-866-513-6665 or visit us at www.diversifiedfinancegroup.com.
This is a program reminder. Stevie B's Media Production presents. We're airing live shows here on Blog Talk Radio. Telephone number to the live show is 713-955-0508. Or the website is www.blogtalkradio.com/Gospel Light Radio Show. On Tuesday, I'm hosting a live show, What a Work in the Lord radio show. And that show will air every second, third, and fourth Tuesday of the month. We have a guest speaker, or every second Tuesday of the month, we have a guest speaker from the Brotherhood of the Churches of Christ. We'll be making their proclamation of the gospel of Christ. And that show will air from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I also have a Community Corner segment on that broadcast, and that segment for small business owners and entrepreneurs. And I also have two of my co-hosts, Lou Gilbert and Isa Mullins, who will be presenting lessons from the Word of God on that broadcast as well. And on every third Tuesday of the month, that show will air at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My co-host, Dr. Antherica Lane, she's a board-certified obstetricianist and gynecologist from the Gray Road Church of Christ in Cincinnati, Ohio. Her show is called Conversations with Dr. Lane, and that show will air every third Tuesday of the month. And every fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my co-host Kelly Fletcher, she serves with the Livingstone Church of Christ in Indianapolis, Indiana, and she has the Kelly Fletcher Show. And then on Thursday evening each week from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be hosting a live show, the Gospel Light Radio Show. And on that broadcast, I have 7 co-hosts who will be making their proclamation of the gospel of Christ. My co-hosts, Dr. Frank Washington, Clay Phillips, Steve Cordell, Robert Lee Johnson, Glenn McMillian, Courtney Carruthers, and Brian Christian Coleman. And each week I have 2 of my co-hosts on the air with me. And I'm also taking a question from my social media platform on Facebook called Shout It Up. So I'll be posing to one of my co-hosts on that live show. And then on Friday night, I'm hosting a live show, Stevie B, Acappella Gospel Music Blast. And this radio show is the 2022 recipient for the NACAMA, National Academy of Christian Acappella Music Artist Award for Outstanding Achievement for Record or Radio. And this show will air from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And on this broadcast, I'm playing some of the world's greatest acapella gospel music artists, the sweet sounds of voices. We're also interviewing artists, producers, comedians, etc. We're also debuting new music and featuring old music on this broadcast as well. And every third Friday of the month, I have my top 20 countdown show. And the next Friday night, I'll be counting down my top 20 acapella gospel songs for the month of February. And we also have on-demand episodes where you're getting your various podcasts from, wherever you're getting your favorite podcasts from. You can go to the various platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple, iTunes, YouTube, just to name a few. And we also have recorded version shows can only be heard on iHeartRadio on Deezer and also on Amazon Music. Just search for Stevie B recorded version shows. We want to thank all of our sponsors who are sponsoring these radio shows. If you want to become a sponsor, just contact my sponsorship manager, Michelle Marco from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Her telephone number is 954-687-4705. The 3 E's of Stevie B Media Production. It is the objective of this broadcast. We want to educate, we want to edify, we want to encourage you in a study of God's Word. And that will conclude our program announcements. You're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Peace and love, everyone. This is your girl, Genesis Archer from Jacksonville, Florida, and you're listening in to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
This is Troy Marables of Made New Acapella in Louisville, Kentucky, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Been a long time.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acapella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B. Hey.
Stevie B's monthly triple spin.
For the month of February, we have been featuring the acapella group Durant from Nashville, Tennessee. This group has 5 albums, and we also did an exclusive interview with a few members of that group. That's episode number 37 on my on-demand episodes. I got a chance to talk to the Gooch. I also got a chance to talk to Melissa, my brother Anthony, and a few other members of that group. That was a great show. I also did a marathon show for this group, Durant, episode 151. I also did a recorded version of that live show here on Blog Talk Radio. That's episode number 35 under my recorded version shows. Now, remember, these recorded version shows can only be heard on iHeartRadio, on Deezer, and also on Amazon Music. The 3 singles that we have been featuring for the month of February by Durant is Windows, People Get Ready, and Wade in the Water. Enjoy my monthly triple spin for the month of February.
Stevie B's monthly triple spin.
God has given me a window, and I can finally see the light. And though I feel like going under, I know it's gonna be alright. Yeah. God has given me a window, and I can finally see the light. And though I feel like going under, I know it's gonna be alright.
Stevie B's monthly triple spin.
I want to give a shout out to Crystal Wing. She works with the Liberty Tax in Hope Mills, North Carolina. She lives in Eastover, North Carolina. Crystal Wing, Stevie B wants to give you a shout out.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Hi, this is Jeremy Roberts, singer of No Mistakes and album I Forgive You, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mario McKinnon coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast. Y'all keep listening.
For everything he's done, I got to praise the Lord.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B. Hey.
Stevie B's Old 100s.
My Old 100 feature has been dedicated to my dear sister and friend, the late Wanda General Connor from Dayton, Ohio. We just want to keep her memory alive on this radio show.
Stevie B's Old 100s.
This week we are featuring in my Old 100s Willie Norwood from Carrington, Mississippi. His single "Pray for Me" from his album "I Believe." You're gonna love this song. That'll be followed by the Spiritual Nightingales Rebooted out of Houston, Texas. Their new single "Come to Jesus" from the 2020 album "The Spiritual Nightingales Rebooted," featuring Steve Ackerman and also Elmo Adams Jr. and Steve Adams. And also did an exclusive interview with Elmo Adams Jr. on this broadcast, episode 205. That brother brought me to tears on this show. That was a great show. Check it out on where you're getting your favorite podcast from. Enjoy my Old 100s.
Stevie B's Old 100s.
Won't you pray for me? Pray for me. Pray for me. Oh, won't you pray for me? Oh, my brother. Oh, my brother and my sister. Pray for me. Yeah. Pray for me. When you bow down at the altar of your soul, won't you? Won't you please? Won't you please remember me? Oh, when I was alone and I could find my way. I thank you, brother, and I thank you, sister, for praying for me. Since I found Jesus, I can say that I thank you, Lord. I'm on my way. Yeah. Oh, I want you to pray. Sometimes I can't make it by myself. Want you to pray for me. Yeah, yeah. When I stood up at church and I asked for you to pray for me, I meant it with all of my heart. I did. I did. Yeah. And Jesus. And I can say, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. I thank you, Lord. I thank you. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Oh, when you get down with a little conversation with the Lord, won't you pray for me? Pray for me. When you're still away somewhere, when you meet the Lord in prayer, won't you say a special prayer? Don't forget to pray. Don't
forget to pray.
You want to pray for me.
Don't forget to pray.
Don't forget
for me.
Don't forget
to pray.
Don't you forget to pray.
Don't forget to pray.
Don't forget to pray for me. Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. You ought to get in a hurry. Come to Jesus. Not tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Might be your last chance. You ought to come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. And you ought to do it right now. You know why you ought to come to Jesus? Because the Bible says these words. He can save you. I know He can. He can save you. I wonder if you believe that today. He can save. Oh, yeah. You. Not tomorrow. Just now. Oh, yeah. Just give Him a chance right now. Right now, just give Him a chance. Oh, yes. I wonder if you believe that today. He can save you. I know He can. Lady in the Bible days who was sick for a mighty, mighty long time. Spent all the money and the doctors couldn't do her no good. But she heard about a man who was able to heal all manner of sickness and disease. He can heal you. Oh, yes, He can. He can heal you. Somebody might not have heard you, son, but you ought to tell him again. I know He can. You. Not tomorrow. Right now. Oh, you don't have to wait any longer. I know. Oh, yeah. I know. Oh, yeah. I know He can. He can heal you. Not tomorrow, but right now. Now it is something with you. There you hear His voice. Harden not your heart. Oh, you ought to come to Him right now. Oh, yes.
Stevie B's Old 100s.
Hello out there. This is Janice Emerson, Nashville, Tennessee, former directress of Praise Unlimited. If you want to hear the latest and you want to hear the greatest, keep your station locked in to Stevie B.
your boy, Lil Lou, from Diesel Records. Diesel Records, baby. Giving a shout out to my main man, Stevie B. And every Friday night we get down just like this. Acappella gospel music blast. Diesel Records, baby. It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Stevie B's on the radio. We're gonna praise tonight. If you just tune in, call your friends. 3 hours of music. Tell them to tune on in. Get the records, baby.
Stevie B's Funny Bones.
Feel this, Christians don't even laugh, man. Christian folk, folk who claim victory. Don't even laugh, man. Face out, scrunched up. Don't even laugh. And so, I just been doing my little studies, and I noticed, man, that, Christians be bragging on burdens. This is why you have so many unhappy Christians. They be bragging, broadcasting burdens. I mean, you see him at church, you hear him, you probably don't pay attention because you're so used to it. Like, you go ask somebody like, hey, how you doing? They'll tell you, man, my sugar's still high. My wife got laid off Thursday, but God is good. I be like, no, he not. You don't even believe that. Stop putting God behind all that bad news. That's why in the morning time, watch this, even though I'm on the gospel station, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I still turn it on to the R&B and the hip-hop station. I do. I still turn on R&B and hip-hop stations because sometimes I need motivation, encouragement, and inspiration. Now watch this. They not spiritual, but they do motivate. They do encourage, and they do inspire. Man, when I cut it on, when I get up and, man, I need to get my thing pumping, I cut on that hip-hop station, and they let you know all I do is win, 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 no matter what. They don't brag on burdens. They tell you, we riding around, we getting it. We want it, we spend it. Lil Wayne tell you, I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. I'll be like, hallelujah! Thank you! Yeah! That's what I need to hear this morning. Some motivation. But then I turn on the gospel station where I'm supposed to get motivation, encouragement, inspiration. And all they do sometimes is remind me of what I'm going through. Hey, work it out. How you gonna pay your rent? Work it out. All your money spent. Work it out. Little bit to buy some food. Work it out. Baby need a pair of shoes. Work it out. Then you got a light bill due. Work it out. Then you got a gas bill too. Work it out. Telephones disconnect. Work it out. Waiting on my next. Lord, I'm depressed. This is depressing. Every time I cut it on, somebody always crying, trouble in my way. Well, go the other way. Don't you got GPS on your phone? I mean, find out something else. So my problem now, the problem I'm having, I'm just saying we don't really represent as a whole. We don't really represent kingdom well. We don't really represent kingdom well, man. Y'all, I've noticed it's some things us church folk can learn from people who don't even go to church. For real. You can take a page out their book. Watch this here. Before you talk bad about them, pay attention to them. Man, I've noticed that folk who don't go to church storms better than people who go to church. Folk who don't go to church, they handle storms better. People who go to church built for the storm. Get prepared every Sunday, every Wednesday for the storm. And then when the storm comes, don't know how to handle it. Let me show you how folk who don't go to church handle the storm. Y'all, I got a little cousin. His name Little Larry. Everybody say Little Larry. Y'all, Little Larry, he is I see some young people in here. Little Larry is a street pharmacist. Y'all with me? Little Larry, he's a street pharmacist, my cousin. Don't act like y'all don't know one in Charlotte. My cousin, he's a street pharmacist, and second time he got caught. Try to tell him that's not his ministry, but he was diligent, and so second time he got caught, he had to go to court. And so my whole family, we a saved family, so we go support our cousin, right? My whole family, we in there supporting my cousin. The judge said, Larry Wiley Jr., I sentence you to 12 years prison. My whole family. Larry, mama, the devil's alive. I'm like, no, he not. Larry sold drugs. Yeah, Larry made some bad decisions. He got to go sit down. Devil ain't lying this time. He actually telling the truth on this one. Watch this. But I want to show you how Larry, who didn't go to church, how he handled this storm. Larry turned around us and said, hey, y'all, I did the crime. I got to do the time. We was like, it's a great attitude. They gave Larry 7 days to report to prison. 7 days before he had to report to his storm. For 7 days, Larry. Partied all 7 days. You would have thought he was going to college. Bishop, what I noticed, people who don't go to church, they take advantage of their resources when they in a storm. Before Larry went to prison, he had a beer belly. While he spent time in prison, 6-pack. Before Larry went to prison, he had gator mouth, teeth everywhere. When he got in prison, veneers. Before prison, Larry didn't know the Lord. You ask him, man, how you and the Lord doing? He the Lord. The Lord, what's his last name? The Lord. Did the Lord go to high school with us? The Lord. But now Larry know more Bible than all us in here put together. Then when he get out of prison, out the storm, he ended up opening up his own electrician company because of the degree he got in prison. This is how folk who don't go to church handle storms. Oh, but you let the saints know a storm coming. It don't have to be a real storm. It can just be a storm forecast. Just let somebody rumor to you. Let somebody come up on your job tomorrow and say, you know they laying off. Why, Lord? Christians don't even want to hear scripture when they're in a storm. You know he'll never put more in than you can bear. Never put more on me. It's me losing my job. Ain't that enough?
Stevie B's Funny Bones.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain speaking. I hope you're enjoying the flight tonight on the blast. I'm playing some of the world's greatest acapella gospel music artists, the sweet sounds of voices. We're flying 30,000 feet, and I'm dropping bombs everywhere.
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
We want to dedicate this feature to my dear sister and friend, the late Linda Dilly from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She was a member of my staff here at Stevie B's Media Productions from the year 2016 to June of 2021. She wrote all the questions for the artists that we interviewed on this radio show, and we just want to keep her memory alive on this radio broadcast.
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
This week we are featuring Cali J.T. He was earlier on the show. He's my special guest. He's from the Acappella group Exdous 2.0. And this is a new single that he just released on today. And it's part of the new project that they have that will be released on next month. The Lord is in this place. And this new single is entitled Think of Nothing. Enjoy my Song of the Week.
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
From my lips to the throne of my God, I see nothing compares to the love that you've shown to me. It's written on my heart, you're my king, you're my everything. You're a way maker, you're a burden taker for those forsaken. What a heavy laden. Let me lift your name up. I'll lift it higher, 'cause I know you're worthy, and I want no other. All that I need. Said you're all that I want and all I need. Hey, hey. Said all I want. Said all. Think of nothing, but you. No, all I want, all I need, all that I want. Yeah, can't think of nothing but you. First in my life, no other could ever compare. Pure heart, strong hands on the riches I ask in prayer. A desire for your love and grace that teaches me. Let your mercy and goodness forever follow me. On your mountain I'ma sing and shout. In the streets I'ma bring it out, bring it out. I'ma tell them what you're all about. And I don't care if they put me out. Since dying, I'ma give you praise. Sing it for
Stevie B's Song of the Week.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Taking you back to the old school. Stevie B, the Blaster Master of Acappella Gospel Music.
Coming up next, I got a double play coming your way. Dwayne Pugh and Brad MacArthur, both from Dallas, Texas. They have a new single, Give Love, on their 2019 album, Life in Music. You're going to love this song. We debuted that album here on this broadcast. Episode 177 also did a recorded version of that live show here on Blog Talk Radio. That's episode number 37. This song is number 20 on my Top 20 Countdown show for the month of January. That'll be followed by my man, Jeremy Roberts from Ayette, Virginia. His single, God Makes No Mistakes, from his 2014 album, I Forgive You. You're going to love this song. This song features John Poole Malone, also did an exclusive interview with Jeremy on this broadcast, episode 193. Enjoy this double play by Dwayne Pugh and Brad MacArthur and Jeremy Roberts. You got Stevie B on the ones and twos.
It was just an ordinary day. Nothing special about it. Then I got a call on the phone that said, turn on the news and watch it. My heart was, if this what our world had come to. We can agree on many issues. Please, love is what we need. Open your heart, love guarantee. To get love that you can't forget. Giving our love is up down with it. How many people don't have to die before we know love is what we need inside? Give love, give love, give love, give love, give love. I began to wonder why things have to be this way. They don't have to be this way. We all have the same Father, so why do we act like we are not family? We won't always agree. We need to realize we can find unity in diversity, yeah. Even though I don't see it your way, I ain't trying to hate. I respect the fact that you may see what I don't see. Love is what we need. Heart, love, yeah. Love that you can't forget. Give love, churches closing doors, my word has been before. Must that be a change or will it stay the same? Don't start to complain, just reach out your hand to your fellow man and let love play. We need to keep our feet, give our love, give our love, give our love, we need to keep our feet, give our love.
trying of your faith worketh patience. It has to work out. God makes no mistakes. Yeah.
One of the things you can't control.
You want to encourage somebody.
Child, I am appealing to your soul.
Listen to what we're telling you.
Hear what I say.
Even though it doesn't always seem like good.
Things don't go your way.
Jeremy, I need you to minister to somebody.
Life, one of those things you can't control. Oh, my child, I am appealing to your soul. Now hear what I say when things don't go your way. Honest, I know God's faithful, He makes no mistake.
Aren't you glad you serve a faithful God?
Rest assured, God makes no mistake.
Those that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Anybody have faith that that's gonna happen?
Listen here,
come on.
Faith.
Do you have faith?
Believe that what God says comes to pass. Yes, it does.
Believe it.
Strength, endurance, you can withstand the test. Oh, for all things work,
every struggle
together for our good. God cannot lie. Things will work out just like He said they would. Things will work out just like
for those in the struggle.
On your journey, you may not see the way.
Tell them what to do,
but keep moving. There's purpose in your pain.
You gotta have some faith.
You must have faith.
Yes, sir.
'Cause God plans each step that you take.
Yeah.
Don't grow weary on your journey. 'Cause your blessings might be on the way. So if sick takes your body, just remember God makes no mistake. Hey, this trial might be
y'all. This is Durant Mac representing Mac Music in Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, this is Tony Carter from the Chicagoland area.
Hey, this is Dorian Paul. This is E-Stage with Straight Company. You're listening to Stevie B.
You're listening to Stevie B.
And you're listening to Stevie B, the Master Blaster. Go ahead, on. Hey family, what a master.
Hey, this is Crystal Stevenson from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Hey, this is Amber Baldwin from Greensboro, North Carolina.
This is Dodge Burnett coming from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, this is Teray Mack out of Jacksonville, Florida, representing Duval. We are the one and only Testament Acappella, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Music Blast. With you is where I wanna be.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Hey, this is John Poo Malone, and you're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast with Stevie B. Hey.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to the clock on the wall, it's time for me to bring this big iron bird on down to the ground. I need to bring it on down. I need to bring it on down. We got this big iron bird safely on the ground. This is the part of the show where I have to say goodnight. I got to go. I really enjoy playing these inspirational songs and tickling your funny bone. I want to thank my special guest on the broadcast tonight, Cali J.T, John Edmerson from the Acappella group Exdous 2.0 from Los Angeles, California. We debuted a new single from their upcoming project that they should be releasing next month in March. Looking forward to that. And I just love what they've been doing, the work that they've been doing. And I also want to thank my listeners for riding with me on the blast tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot deny what you're on the blast on a Friday night. I'm playing some of the world's greatest acapella gospel music artists, the sweet sounds of voices.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
But I want to thank most of all the God of heaven through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me the privilege, and it is indeed a privilege, to spend this time with you on a Friday night. So until we meet again, may God continue to bless your lives, and may He bless you real, real good. You've been listening to Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Taking us on off the show, I have a double play from Warren Blakely Jr. from Atlanta, Georgia. He has a new single entitled Gray Skies. You're going to love this song. I also did an exclusive interview with Warren on this broadcast. Actually, he's been on the show a couple of times. Last time he came was episode 164. And that'll be followed by the group Vision out of Houston, Texas. Their single Give Me Jesus from their 2019 album While I'm Still Young. I did an exclusive interview with two of the members of Vision, with two of the vocalists. What was their names? Casey Fisher and Lawrence Robbins II. That was a great show. Really enjoyed talking to those brothers on that show. You're going to love this double play taking us on off the show. Let me hit you with three pieces before I get on up out of here. Peace, peace, peace. And I'll see you, Lord say so, on the other side. Good night, everybody. I'm Stevie B, and I'm out.
Gray skies will I have smiled. You'll see the sun again. Gray skies will you'll see the sun again.
no one is by your side. Oh, as cloudy as it may seem, the way will always be clear. Oh, if you keep looking above, you'll see the sun is in the air. Gray skies will. I can see the sun now. Way will always be clear. You'll see the sun again. I can see the blue pass by, and you'll see the sun. I've been caught in a few storms, so let me tell you what I do. Yeah, yeah. I reach up to God's hand, and He always pulls me through. Yeah. I really don't know what it is you're going through, but I know the God we serve. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I know Him well enough to know that you can trust Him at His word. Praise God's will. I can see that's why I'm a living witness that He can deliver. Gotta keep watching, gotta keep waiting for the silver lining. Whoa, I remember a time in my life one day. I was down on my knees, I was crying and praying. Then He reached way down, took His big old hands and wiped all my tears away. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't give up, you gotta keep the faith. There's gonna be a brighter day. That's what I found out, child. Even if you don't see the S-U-N, yeah, you can always see the S-O-N, yeah. Said you gotta trust and you gotta believe Jesus. He's coming again, yeah. You see Him peeping through the clouds, shining down on you.
There is none like Him for me. Giving me Jesus, my soul needs saving. Giving me grace, and I'll be amazed. Giving me mercy. Let them both follow me all of my days.
Had I known then what I know right now, I would have made some major changes back then. A foolish heart allowed silly things that causes so much pain. But if you keep on living, you'll have some regret. Don't keep killing yourself, just move on to the next chapter. That's when you look unto the hill. Be still and say, give me Jesus. My soul needs saving. Give me grace, and I'll be amazed. Give me mercy. Let them both follow me all of my days. Imagine my life where I could be right now. If I'd only listen when He whispered my name. Young hearts are foolish, you keep up in your head. 'Cause lesson learned the hard way
follow me. Please don't let them all of my days. All of my days. Because I know I need him. And my soul needs saving, giving me grace. Oh yeah. Then I'll be amazing. I need mercy. Let them all follow me. Please let them all of my days. Amazing grace. My soul needs saving. And I'll be amazing. Oh, Stevie B, I'm so glad. Oh, Stevie B, I'm so glad. Oh, Stevie B, I'm so glad.
You've been listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast, episode 293.
Stevie B's